Hello, hello, and hello. Welcome back to the What We Said podcast, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Hey guys, we're ready to whine. We both said we're in a whiny, complaining mood. We've already been whining to each other for an hour, so
yeah. I'm in a complainy, whiny, moany mood this morning.
Which could have been. I'm trying to think if that was influenced by the book we just read. We really should be the opposite of complaining about our current life situation, given the book that we both just finished. Or did it make us feel so
emotionally
rocked and wrecked that we're now off balance and ready to complain? I'm not sure.
Let's get this one out of the way. If you want to read The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, skip, because maybe we'll do spoiler a little bit.
Oh, we're definitely doing spoilers, but we're not doing a full recap of this book.
No.
It's like the concept. If you don't want to know. Yeah, but if you don't want to know, if you're planning on reading the book, maybe skip ahead a few minutes. Chelsea and I are finally on the same, we're reading the same books. We're ready to chat about them in person, maybe recap them here and there on the podcast when our schedules align.
Yeah.
And we both read the book, The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This was my first Kristen Hanna book. Okay. And
quite the introduction.
Spoiler. This was the most depressing book I have ever read in my life. Actually, I think it is. I haven't read, you guys know me, I go for strictly, I try and read things that make me feel happy and light, but because I read before bed. That's my schedule. So I've been trying to do that for a few years now. I've been kind of on that train of I don't really read too heavy of books.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Talk about heavy.
And the craziest part is that people were messaging me just wait for the end. What ending? What, the worst thing that could possibly happen? The main character dies? Thank you. Maybe they're talking about her going to college at the end, the daughter being able to go to college. Yes, okay, beautiful. That did not negate the
buildup.
The buildup of the worst things happening.
The worst outcome.
The worst outcome possible.
Yeah.
This woman had the worst life from start to finish. Not one good thing ever happened to her except that she found love and died the next day.
I know. It was kind of beautiful, the struggle and the survival of it all, where she finally, it was just so sad at the very end she got naked for a guy once. And that's all she
died
got
the next
to
day.
enjoy.
Quite literally was
literally experienced the touch and love from another person, unconditional love from her daughter. First of all, for a month before her death.
Yeah.
Then
2 weeks maybe.
And then a suitor who loved her and told her she was beautiful for the first time in her life. Then she died.
She was told she was ugly her whole life and that she was unattractive. No one would like her, whatever. A guy gets her pregnant, kind of randomly. She sleeps with him a handful of times. He gets her pregnant. He leaves her.
Yeah.
She abandons their family. Once they have 2 kids, which that kind of surprised me that there was no resolution on him. I thought when they were in California, they were going to see him at some point, or we would kind of know what happened to him.
And you know what? I said the same thing to Nick. I was like, it's so crazy. I thought for sure they were going to find him or something, but I was like, but I think that's the point is back in the day.
That's reality.
These men would leave their families and you genuinely wouldn't know what happened to them. They would just get on the train. There's no Facebook. There's no social media. There's no Find My Friends. Your husband gets up and leaves and is actually
gone.
Where's Dada? I don't know. He's gone. He left.
Gone for good.
He left our family and just went and started anew and could just start a new life. You never hear from them again unless they write you a letter.
It was so depressing, you guys. Truly, it was very inspiring. And yes, it was a great book because I was on the edge of my seat. Yes, all those things. However, the level of depression, when they said Great Depression, they meant it. The greatest of depressions was this book. It was so sad. It was just I just kept waiting for something really good to happen. Mm-hmm. And it really never did. Her falling in love with that man, I was like, oh, this is so sweet. And I'm not joking when I say one day later she was dead. So it's okay.
No, I thought for sure
you literally experienced that for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the ending was not okay. I was uncontrollably sobbing.
I
was so distraught.
No, I was in bed, Leif's are you crying? I'm I'm hysterical. I go, the main character just died. He's like comforting me. I'm like, this is the saddest thing I've ever read.
So sad. The main takeaway, my brother was texting me because I didn't reply to him the night I was finishing the book, and we were talking about something, and he was like, I was like, sorry, I didn't reply because I was finishing my book and it was so good. And I was like, but extremely sad. And he's like, oh, what happened? I'm like, she died. The main character died at the very end. Like, and he was like, oh, what are the takeaways? I'm like, I couldn't even finish the text. I'm like, it was such an inspiring book in terms of like, the takeaways were survival, like the things that you do within motherhood, or if you have a family to take care of, and just like the lengths that you'll go, even though you don't know that you have the strength that's like within you. Like
when you have to find the capacity, you will.
Exactly.
100%.
When she was driving from, or when they were about to drive to California, and she had this like moment of panic, I found that so relatable. Like she was just like, wait, I'm on my own. I've never had to make money for my family before. I've never had to do this. Who's going to save me? She literally was like, wait, who's going to save me though? Like, and then she just made it happen, even though no one saved her. Spoiler alert.
No one saved her, and she died. Perfect.
Which also, she died for the dumbest reason.
No.
She died for the dumbest. I love that she was brave and she had her moment. She like spoke up, but then they're like, and then the strike, it just really didn't even happen. Like, it didn't solve anything.
No, I know. It didn't. It's not like
it was infuriating.
Yeah, no, it was infuriating. And I think it was kind of to show the reality of that time period and that situation, which again, I did find very inspiring. Yeah. It's like, wow, they had such a rough life. Like, to give a very brief, I'm not doing a full recap, but just they moved
but
from
let's start from chapter one.
Like, okay, chapter 1, sit down and open your books, everyone. They moved from Texas to California to find work because they lived on the Great Plains. It was like, the dust storms were out of control. They were all getting sick. So she moved with her family after her husband had already left her to California to find work. But little did they know that, that was kind of everyone's idea at the time. And so there were too many people there, and the native Californians did not want all these people coming. So they wouldn't pay them fair wages, and it was just this whole thing. So the whole book is them trying to like make enough money to survive and whatever. And so at the end, she's fighting for like fair wages basically, and then someone shoots her.
Yeah.
But it's, again, like nothing was necessarily solved. It's like so it just was really sad. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that Loretta at the end. Is that how you say her name?
Loretta? I think Loretta.
Loretta?
Or no, wait. I think someone was calling her Loretta and that was wrong.
Yeah.
So I think it was Loretta. Yeah. Loretta.
She, I loved when she robbed the place at the end.
Iconic.
That was iconic. I loved her.
Yeah,
like,
me too. She was everything.
I loved Elsa too. Like, I loved the Kristen Hannah main characters. Like, you just become so just like, ugh,
yeah,
I love you. And you're just so relatable, and they go through just such real things, and it's very
Loretta
sad.
was just like a little firecracker. I loved her energy. Yeah.
And the mom-daughter relationship of it all. Oh, it was so good.
No,
you know which one we need to read next, but I'm scared too.
No, I need a palate cleanser.
We need to do, I agree. After I've been reading about the Vietnam War, the World War II, the Great Depression, I need to read about Instagram likes and dating someone on Hinge.
Like 100%.
But the Kristen Hannah book we need to read next is Firefly Lane.
What's it about?
2 friends throughout like decades, and people are like, I sobbed on.
Oh, I will not be able to read that one.
They're like, you and Jaci need to read it for sure.
That's sweet though.
I think there's 2 books. Like there's, I don't know if it's like a prequel or sequel or whatever, but that should be next.
Okay,
not maybe right now, but down the line.
Okay,
for us to read.
You know what we should read is the Giggly Squad. Their book.
Yes, we need to.
I think it's How to Giggle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be good. That might be good on audiobook though too. That would be probably a fun little palate cleanser. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for our reading journey, guys.
Yeah.
Glad we got that over with. Anything else you wanted to talk about before we
jump in?
Get into these red flags.
I did have an update on the customer service debacle. With my friends, or shall I say the lack of friendship I get from them.
Okay, yes.
I've been extra aware. Like ever since we had that conversation weeks ago, if you remember, I talked about how when I go to a store and the customer service person, usually it's like a shop, not like a restaurant or something like that. It's usually like clothes or home stuff. Like it's a shop. Mm-hmm. I noticed that the customer service person who is helping me doesn't give a rip about me, doesn't care about me, my life. And if I go off script for 1 second, like they are out, like game over. And so I've been really noticing.
Off script meaning giving them a detail about something that they didn't ask about.
Of like personal information. And so I've been paying attention. Mm-hmm. And it's been irritating me more and more. I thought that maybe I was being dramatic. But the more I pay attention to it, the more irritated I get. That's why I'm saying I'm feeling whiny. Because I'm just like, you people don't care about me one bit.
What was your recent experience?
You are using me for sure. So they are free to tell me, I was at the shop, and they're free to tell me bits about their life. They're going off, oh yeah, this person just moved in with this, my husband, blah, blah, like going off about their life. I'm like, cool.
So this is an open conversation.
Yeah. We're opening this up. We're bonding. Mm-hmm. I start talking about my situation instantly. Like I say one thing. I can't even remember what I said. But like, oh yeah, so we went to Arizona, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, yeah, so let me know if you need any help. I'm like, I do need your help. I need you to listen. You need to open your ears. Sit down for a second and tell the cash register, or tell someone else to go take care of the cash register while you listen to me. Because I've had enough. Like, I just listened to you for so long. And so something else I've been doing, that may be the reason they also maybe turn away from me, is I notice that I feel safe with them once they open up to me about something. They're like, yeah, I just had my friend's bachelorette trip. It was so fun. We've been best friends forever. I'm like, that's so cute. That's so fun. They're like, anyways, like, I wore this dress. You want to see this dress or like these shoes or whatever? They would be so cute, like handing them to me. And I'm just like, okay, yeah. But then I will be honest with them. I'm like, okay, we're friends now. This is not just like a work relationship. We're friends. So I can open up to you.
I feel safe with you.
And I'll
so
just,
crazy.
I'll just be like, 1 minute. Well, those are really cute. But then I'll like open up about my financial situation. Like I'll say things like, those are really cute, but I can't buy any more shoes. Or like, I'll say something about like purchasing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to be super intentional with my closet right now.
Yes,
or something.
I have so many of those.
Yeah,
like white linen dresses. I really don't need anymore. I'm trying not to buy those.
Yeah,
and then they really don't give a rip. They're like,
they're going to leave my store.
Yeah, then get out. Which I understand. I do understand. And maybe if they were like making commission, that would make sense. I don't think these stores they do. It's not like I'm in Prada or something.
Yeah. I don't think
they do. So I'm like,
what is it to you?
I thought we were together on this. Like I thought we were.
So
it's me and you versus the clothes. It's me and you versus the big man, not me versus you. You should be like, yeah, that makes total sense. Save your money, girl.
You should literally go into a spiel about relationships and be like, remember, it's me and you versus the problem.
Why do you care?
We are on the same team. Yeah. So is it once they figure out you're not going to purchase anything, or just because it's not like you're saying that to them? Like, I'm not planning on buying anything today.
No, I'm just not buying what they're pushing on me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so that is very interesting.
Yeah. Like, first of all, let's be friends. Let me peruse on my own. Mm-hmm. I don't need you bringing everything to me, because then you're making it awkward. You've brought me 5 dresses and 3 pairs of shoes. At this point, I have to tell you, I can't afford all of that, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please don't waste your time bringing me stuff. Let's just chat.
Matter of fact, sit down. That is so funny. Like I said, I don't really shop in person that much, so I need to really pay attention.
Yeah.
Next time I do. But I will say I'm usually cold is definitely, it's not the right word, but I don't really engage in conversation that much with like.
Well, I'm on my way there.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe I don't experience it, because normally when someone asks if they can help me, I pretty much 95% of the time say no. Like I'm just like, oh, I'm good. I'm just looking.
Yeah.
I never am like, even if they're like, what specifically are you looking for? I normally am just like, honestly, I'm just kind of browsing. I don't really ever give them like, because I find it annoying when when they do like push certain things on me. That's just, if I am truly looking for something so specific, I'm trying to think. I feel like I did that the other day in the store. Oh yeah, I was looking for pie stuff to make a pie, which leads me to my next subject. Mm-hmm. And when I went in, I I did not know where the pie stuff was. I'm like, well, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to ask for your help. So they were like, oh, are you shopping for anything specific? I said, yeah, I'm trying to make a pie. So I'm looking for that section, baking section. And she led me right to it. She was great, whatever. But I feel like if I am just entering a clothing store, I'm pretty much always just like, oh, I'm just looking. And if they're like, for anything specific, even if I have something in my mind, I'm kind of like, no, I'm just browsing. And then maybe in 5 minutes, if I can't find something, I'll be like, do you have any of this specific thing?
They're like, I thought you weren't looking for that.
I'm like, I just remembered.
Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, I don't either. I don't feel like I asked for help. I feel like Ron, or what's his name from Parks and Rec, when the guy at Home Depot comes up to him and he's like, do you need help with anything? He's like, I know more than you.
I've never seen that.
That's how I feel when I go shopping for clothes. I'm like,
yeah,
I've been in this store plenty of times. Please.
That is
You're new here, aren't you?
I know exactly. It's that TikTok of, I know this menu. What is that? Like, no, I know this menu.
Yeah.
I don't need your help. Well, I tried to make a pie. It was very difficult.
Really?
This past weekend, yeah. So Leif's dad was in town. It was a birthday. It was his birthday. And I asked him what his favorite dessert was. I kind of had this moment of like, I'm an adult. I'm a baker now. And I asked him what his favorite dessert was so I could make him one for his birthday. I didn't tell him I was going to make it. I just said, what's your favorite dessert? Do you like sweets? And I was really hoping he was going to say chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
He said cherry pie.
Oh.
Or rhubarb pie. I said, okay, very niche.
Yeah. Very niche.
And then I went to work. I was researching something about my grandma is she is quite literally known as the pie lady in her town. She makes pies nonstop. My entire growing up experience, like I always say, my family bakes, cooks, whatever. Pies specifically are my grandma's thing. That's her specialty, okay? She's out of the country, so I couldn't contact her. My mom also makes pies, so does my aunt. So anyway, I was asking my mom, and like, how hard is a cherry pie to make? She's like, it shouldn't be that hard. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a cherry pie.
I'm scared.
It took me 3 days.
No.
It was the most like intricate. It shouldn't have been, but basically I made everything from scratch. So I made the pie crust, the dough, and the filling. And then when I talked to my mom's like, oh, grandma just does like cherry pie filling from a can. Like she makes her own crust, but I'm like, oh, great. Well, I just spent all this time like making the actual homemade cherry filling and everything. But the pie dough was really, it is, I later found out, my mom's like, oh yeah, pie crust is like one of my least favorite things to make. It's so hit or miss. My aunt's like, oh, I'm a baker and it's like still hard for me. I'm like, that would have been nice to lead with, okay? Because basically it was just like like it was just kind of cracking apart.
I guess you have to make it flaky.
Yeah, like you want it to be the perfect amount of like where you can roll it out thin, but then I couldn't transfer it to the tin because it was like cracking. So in all the videos I was watching, I'm like, they're just fully like grabbing it. There's no way I can grab this dough. My mom's like, you don't have enough flour on the thing. I'm like, no, I have so much flour. I tried it like 3 different times and I'm just like, I didn't make the dough 3 times, but I just tried to re-roll it and whatever. And I was like, no, this is not working. So I ended up having to I just bought pre-made dough from the store and I used that dough with my homemade filling. It was good. It was fine. I kind of burnt it a little bit too. It was like not perfectly golden. And I was just like, wow, okay. I've been humbled. This is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Like I fear that specifically pie making might not be in my future because I don't really like pie that much.
Yeah, the drive isn't there.
No, exactly, the incentive. I'm like, if this was cake, I think I'd be a little more incentivized to be like, I want to make a good fluffy cake because I feel like that's a good skill to have. Pies are just not my favorite dessert. Like, I've only ever made 2 other pies in my life. It was the same recipe both times and it's different. It's just like, it's a much easier pie to make.
Yeah.
So anyway, the pie journey might end now, but my dad's like, when will you make your next pie? I was like, never.
Yeah.
I said, it took me 3 days and it's burned. This is a process. I'm kidding. I probably will make another pie. And my aunt was like, oh, I should have given you this specific recipe of pie dough. She's like, this one's the most foolproof one. She's like, I've tried 8 different recipes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I need to consult my family who are bakers instead of Google
and
Pinterest. So that was my lesson I learned.
Nice.
I did try and...
How was the pie though? Like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
Good?
It was good. It was not like...
delicious.
It was, but the thing is, I don't like cherry pie would not be my favorite.
Did he like it?
He did. Yeah. He said it was good. it was definitely good. It was not like it was gross at all. It just was like a little too crispy. It wasn't homemade dough. Whatever. It was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good enough for sure. Like everyone was like, they enjoyed it. Nice. And it was the thought that counts, you know?
True.
He was super grateful that I made it. He's like, that is so nice of you. I'm like, okay, it's the thought that counts. That's what they'll remember.
It's true.
Not the taste of it, but
it was your first try.
And it was my first cherry pie, but it was a fun process. Like I did the lattice top. So that was cool. Let me show you a photo. Like, you know.
Do you have one of those little... Oh, amazing.
Like this
Wait,
is
it looks
the filling.
good.
And I got like a pie tin, a little like pie ceramic thing.
Cute.
No, it was like actually very therapeutic to put it's like making a whole movie for me right now. My phone's like putting together a production as I'm trying to show. You know how your albums will do that? No, yeah, it was cute. It was a fun learning experience.
Fun project.
I need to be better though, because like the second, you know, like this. That was a fun process.
Yeah.
Putting the strips on. I'll have Keaton insert some of the photos or videos, but on YouTube if you're watching. Yeah, I need to be better at just getting past, like when my dad's like, when will you make your next pie? And I was like, never. I was kind of kidding. But also I'm just like, I need to be like Elsa. And when I fail at something, I need to keep trying, because my immediate response to failure or just like something not being incredible is just like, okay, that's not my thing, moving on. And I'm like, no.
Like if it doesn't come easy.
Yes, if it doesn't come easy, I'm just like, okay, let me do something that I'm good at then. And I feel like I need to be better. In my 30s, that's actually truly something that I want to work on, is like, okay, that didn't come easy to me. It was like a fine result, not amazing, but it could be amazing in the future. So
definitely.
I don't have a ton of drive specifically with pie, but baking in general, I do want to be a good baker. So I'm like, I will keep trying.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I'll keep trying. We'll see.
Can't wait to try your pies.
Yeah. Do you like pie?
No, not really.
Yeah, I'm just not a huge pie person.
Yeah, I'm not like obsessed with, if it's like the best pie ever, sure. But I love like a chocolate mousse pie more than anything. And that kind of tells me I don't love pie.
Totally.
You
That's
know?
kind of how I feel, because I don't love warm fruit that much. I do like a peach cobbler with vanilla ice cream. The thing is, it has to have ice cream. And that was the other thing, is Leif's dad, they didn't want ice cream with it. And I'm like, here's the problem. He's like, no, he's like, I don't like ice cream with pie. And I'm like, but the ice cream to me, no whipped cream, no ice cream. He just likes the pie. And I'm like, okay, when the pie's not incredible, we need some ice cream, because that helps it.
Definitely.
But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun journey. We'll see what my next baking journey entails.
Yeah. I have been wanting to get more into like tea and like herbs, and I have Pamela Anderson's recipe book I talked about a while ago when we had our whole Martha Pamela episode. And one of her recipes is like a rhubarb. It reminded me when you said rhubarb. Lemonade with like flowers in it, like fresh, cute. Like edible flowers. And I'm like, this is easy.
Yeah,
this is my vibe. I can dip my toe in here.
For sure.
Because I really don't feel, I was kind of talking about this in my vlog, I don't feel as though I have the cooking finesse. Nick has that finesse, but like I don't have the eye or the finesse for good cooking. But do you know what the
finesse is?
Practice.
Passion.
Yeah, passion.
It's passion.
I don't know.
It's passion and practice. Because I feel like if someone is passionate enough, truly, like in their bones, they're like, I want to be good at this and I care. I believe that within 10 to 20 years, you will be amazing at whatever it is. 10 to 20 years. I'm just saying, think about when you are like 50.
Yes.
If right now you're like, I want to be amazing at this specific thing, I believe you can actually get really good at it.
No, that's true. Because I look at
passion,
Nick,
though.
I'm comparing me and Nick, and I feel like Nick definitely has practiced more than me. But when he just tries something for the first time, it's a little better than when I try something for the first time.
Literally, as you're saying that, I'm like, I don't have the finesse either. No. I'm screwed. The
like
cooking specifically,
he'll be
I can't
like,
do it.
It needs a little more, like he's got the taste for it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because I think I have more of a finesse for drinks. Like,
okay, yeah, you do.
I
definitely.
could do more like juices. You know, I could be a bartender if I wanted to. Never tried alcohol, but I could do it. You know, it's like I feel like I have a finesse with that.
I think
like
you do, for sure.
You know, things like that. But food.
Well,
cooking specifically.
You should hone in on that though, because then that can be your thing. Like you're saying, the rhubarb lemonade. It's like, okay, if people come over, they know they're getting a drink from you. They're getting
You're going to go home hungry, but quenched.
Exactly. You'll be starving when you leave. But no, Nick can take care of the food.
No,
he can take care of the grilling, and you can have the amazing beverages.
Yes. That's
truly, that is something. I think that's like, and I'll do the baking.
Yes, I was going to say, I feel like you have that with baking. Like even if I try and bake something or we've baked things together, it's like, I don't know when I need more salt. Or like I'll taste it, I'm like, seems fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it needs a little more flour. It needs a little more salt. There's just like a finesse to it, like a taste.
I think the only type of finesse I have that comes naturally to me is I think knowing when a baked good, which again, I literally burnt this pie, but I have my excuses for that.
That's an expert thing. So
no, but even that, it was because it said after 25 minutes to put foil over it so it doesn't get too brown on the top. And I was going to the bathroom when the 25 minutes hit, and then I forgot. And so I didn't do that until like 30 something minutes. And by the time I looked, it was already too brown. I was like, freak, I didn't put the foil on in time. But I was going to say, I feel like I am good at because my mom has taught me when something is done, like cookies, a lot of people overbake cookies. And I feel like I'm good at being like, oh, I think like they're about to be done. So pull them out and they'll be like perfectly, they won't be overbaked because of that. I'm not perfect at it, but I feel like that is the one thing that I can kind of get. And so I feel like there's potential. When I feel like there's potential, I'm like, okay, I could probably get good at this specific thing.
Definitely.
But
you
the
need
cooking
a hint
thing, I
of
agree.
potential.
Yeah.
You know, that you need to have a balance of like, I feel like there are things that I do that I love to work on that I have a little bit of finesse with from the beginning. Then I can build on that potential. But then I think you need to have some where you suck all around. Then you can build from ground zero. Just like a hobby that it's like, I'm not good at all. Actually, this is something I'm really bad at naturally, but I'm going to work on it to like improve my confidence. That's how I felt about tennis. I was like, I am so bad at these kind of sports. Like I do not have that in me. And it felt so good to like work on it and get decent.
Yeah. It's not like you think you're going
I'm not going to be in
Olympics,
any tournaments.
But it's something for yourself. Like you said, to improve confidence. No, I think that's important. I think that's good. And I really am trying to do that because my whole life I've just been so averse to anything that remotely challenges me. I'm just like, I'm not good at that. Bye. Like which I think it's good to focus on your strengths, but just being like open to doing new things. So
wow.
I'm ready
Who
for
needs TED Talk when you have us?
I know. I'm ready for your rhubarb lemonade. It sounds amazing. I actually I'm not familiar with rhubarb, which is why I was not going to make a rhubarb pie because I was really feeling out of my element.
Yeah.
Let's get into these red flags, you guys. These were kind of unhinged. Let me go to my album. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I feel like mental health awareness is growing a lot, but there's still progress to be made. 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say that they have avoided seeking mental health support due to fear of judgment. When people hesitate to get help, it does not just affect them, it impacts families, workplaces, and entire communities. So this Mental Health Awareness Month, let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma. The world is better when people are healthy and happy. I think we can all agree with that. And although I do feel like it is getting better, I think people are being more willing to talk openly on social media and just in different places about mental health, and just all of us being aware that there are certain mental health struggles people have and that therapy can help a lot and talking things out can help a lot, and just, meeting with a licensed professional that has your best interest can just be very helpful. It still can be something that I think people have shame over, or they feel like they're not doing well enough if they have to have help. But the reality is that so many of us do just need extra support. And like I said, it can impact your family. It can impact your partnership, your kids, the people you work with, if you're not taking care of you first.
Therapy isn't just for people who have experienced major trauma. Even if you just need help learning positive coping skills or maybe how to set boundaries, therapy can help you empower yourself to be the best version of yourself. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. wide. And you can switch therapists anytime at no extra cost, which is really amazing because sometimes it's hard to find the perfect therapist for you. So we're all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/whatwesaid to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/whatwesaid. Go check it out.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace, and we are so glad it is. Squarespace is one of our longest standing sponsors that we love so much because we both have a lot of personal experience using Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or you're managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your own terms. We have sold many different products on Squarespace, whether it be physical, whether it be an online course. I sold my photo presets on Squarespace. It has been honestly a staple and a pillar for me for years and years. Squarespace also makes it so simple to create a beautiful website that's user-friendly. You don't have to know all the back-end coding stuff. You can kind of just go in. They have like beautiful templates ready for you, and you can just input your pictures, input the text you want, the different fonts, and bada bing, bada boom, your website's created. It's beautiful. It's easy for people to shop on. They also are introducing Design Intelligence from Squarespace. It's combining 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. So Design Intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to your unique needs, and you can create a digital identity to use across your entire online presence that's consistent.
And if you are selling goods or something on Squarespace, that means that people are going to have to be paying for those goods. So Squarespace makes payments so easy. They make it easy to manage all your payments in one place. With Squarespace, onboarding is fast. It's so simple. You can get started in just a few clicks and start receiving your payments right away. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, squarespace.com/whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/whatwesaid. Go check it out. We're going to jump into an ad to talk about Lissy Skincare, which has become a staple in my skincare routine. The Lissy Skincare Mandelic Serum, to be more precise, but I also love their moisturizer so much. I use this probably 1 to 2 times a week. It's a gentle exfoliator, which is so good if you struggle with fungal acne, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, if you don't want a very harsh exfoliator, the Mandelic Serum is perfect for you. So it's their bestseller and their most viral product. The Mandelic Serum, it has helped customers improve every type of acne, including hormonal, inflamed, cystic, fungal, and more.
Their products were made with acne-prone skin in mind while also being gentle on your skin barrier. This is the greatest combo, especially for me specifically. I really try to always use very gentle skincare products just because my skin gets a little bit irritated and sensitive. And I also am prone to getting acne in certain areas on my face. So Lissy's products are perfect. I love their hydrating serum. It's very simple and you can just use it before moisturizer, after cleansing for plump, soft, hydrated skin. They also have their aloe vera-based jelly cleanser, their vitamin C serum for acne scars, aging, and pigmentation, and moisturizer, all of that. So you guys just need to go on their website to see all their different products, and also you can see their amazing customer transformations on there as well. So go to lissyskincare.com and use code WhatWeSaid at checkout for 10% off your order. That is LISSY skincare.com and use code WhatWeSaid for 10% off your order. These are red flags that you guys ignored in your relationship. And some of these I feel like it's their ex. Some people, they married the red flag.
Oh.
So stay tuned.
Okay.
Why don't you start us off?
Okay. He had cheated on his previous girlfriend, and this girl was friends with some of my roommates. Nobody that knew him before we started dating liked him at all and warned me about him.
Okay.
Girl.
Everything was wrong. Every part of it.
He ended up cheating on me too, so everyone was right all along, and I tried to convince them for years he had changed. It's so hard. I want to believe in redemption, but it just is so hard to come by.
When the general consensus overall is nobody likes someone, there is probably a very valid reason.
Yes.
Chelsea and I were just discussing our dance teacher that we shared, okay, who we hated.
Yeah, at the time.
At the time.
Loathed entirely.
We disliked this woman so much. Genuinely, I would get in fights with her in class. Because I just was like, you are so, something about her just made me so infuriated. And I was trying to really have some self-reflection and be like, okay, now as a 30-year-old wise sage, how really bad was she, or how did she act towards us that made me have that visceral reaction?
Yeah.
Because I would like to see it now from a bird's eye view and be like, okay, we were just bratty teenagers, or did we have a point? You know what I mean? Like, did we have a valid reason to be so frustrated with her? And Chelsea was like, but literally not one person liked her. And I'm like, okay, that actually is true. And I feel like when not one person likes someone, there's something inherently wrong with you.
No, but
there is a reason.
You got to look within.
Yeah.
Like if everyone you come across, everyone in your life has an issue with you, and it's the same issue, and you can't keep a friend for a long time, you can't have a good relationship with anybody, like, it's not everyone else at that point. Like, it's not just, oh, this one person and I don't get along, we butt heads. I can kind of brush it off as like, we just don't get along. When everybody
has an issue with you.
Problem, yes. Yeah, it's time to look within.
So what do you think, going back to our dance teacher, what do you think was the thing, because you have a way better memory, that everyone hated so much about her?
I don't know, because I do think part of it was because we were teenage girls. So obviously we're not this wise woman, you know, as she was like in her 30s, maybe 40s at the time. I'm not sure.
I think 30s. Yeah.
But I also, the reason we talked about this is I had this memory of one of our dance peers who was
an angel,
a saint, never did anything wrong, never broke the rules, never, ever was mean to anybody.
Just genuinely such a sweet person.
So sweet.
Yeah.
She got in a fight with our teacher in the middle of class, was like crying, yelling at her, basically she was trying to defend herself against this teacher.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes me think that because it wasn't just us, it was everyone in our class, it was everyone in the other classes, like there was something inherently not wrong with her, but that she was doing that was not working for teenage girls.
For sure.
I think if you are trying to work with teenage girls specifically and you're doing a sport, like that would be a hard job. I'm not saying it would be like something that just came naturally to her, but she had to at some point be like, something I'm doing, the way that I'm talking to these girls or the way that I'm trying to push things on them or control them or do these things is not working. And it's her job. She's the teacher. She's trying to teach us. She's the coach. It's not our job to be like, we need to heal our relationship with our coach. It's like, we're 16.
Yeah.
She needed to be like, okay, it's not computing with these
or
girls.
even having an honest conversation and being like, obviously something I'm doing is not working, you guys. Like, I want to have a good relationship with you. She definitely never did anything like that. No, it was...
There's a lot of like blaming us.
Yeah.
And us being defensive. We would get so mad all the time and just be like, oh my God.
Yeah, everyone wanted her fired. That's the thing is I'm like, what did she do that was so bad that we all were like, we literally need her to go. Like, she needs to not be in this school anymore. Yeah. So I would love to been a fly on the wall and like see that from my perspective now and be like, okay, girls, you are being so extra.
No, I don't think we were. I have pretty good memories of those situations. And I feel like the only way that I found to get things that I wanted out of her was it was not a real relationship. I always had to kind of...
almost like manipulate.
Yeah, like... Yeah. Just do what she wanted, put my head down, be like, whatever. We are going to have no bond whatsoever. It's just like, I'll do what you say, I guess. And like, if I don't obey you 100% of the time, like, I will get your wrath.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We need to deep dive on. I almost said her name. So many
stories.
I wonder if how long she coached there. I don't think she works there anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. She probably moved schools and like, what if her whole dance team now just like loves her though?
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Was it like something wrong with us? I think
we were her first job though too.
Wasn't the previous dance teacher loved? Like very loved. And then she was a new teacher and everyone just did not take well to her. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't mean to go down that whole tangent.
I think that's a classic thing. Like if a new person comes into a job position and they're new and young and like, I want to, like a manager or something, it's like, I want to whip this place into shape. That's kind of what was her mentality, was like, okay, we need to be more cutthroat about like
I want to say something, but I don't want it to come across as like so mean. But I think part of it was that there were a few dancers on our team that were incredible. Like very, very talented girls who are still dancing to this day.
Yeah.
Like they are professional dancers, they are coaches, like they are extremely talented. And I can think of like maybe 3 to 5 girls where it's like, you're just like really, really good.
Yeah.
And our teacher would like try and correct their form incorrectly. Like she would literally be like, oh, you should just like hop if you like fall out of a pirouette, just say things where it's like, that is not good.
Yeah.
That's not proper dance technique. And so these girls who were getting trained by like genuine professionals were like, no,
This is my school
this
dance.
is like a school thing that I do for fun. You're not going to correct my form incorrectly. Like I know that maybe sounds high horsey, but that's kind of, I feel like she brought this very condescending energy, but she wasn't correct.
There
so
was
it's like, no.
There was no respect.
Yes.
Between us or her.
And if you didn't do what she said, like she would literally say, I remember her being like, oh, do this with your feet. And me being like, that is not a proper dance technique.
Yeah.
Like, no. And so then I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't say no. I would just be like, okay. And then I wouldn't correct it. And she'd be like, oh, I said do this. And I'd be like, well, I don't want to do that because that doesn't feel natural to me. And then that would be the fight. And it's like, you are so insufferable.
Yes. Like, let us have our creative freedom. This is dance.
Yeah.
As well.
Throwback to the blank CD of it all.
Yeah. She had a reason for that. Like, why didn't she believe us? We literally lied. We had to bring in homework, and we had to have our music for our dance on a CD that day. Do that day. Why didn't we do it? I don't know. But we
didn't
brought
get
the
it done.
CD in blank, knowing full well it was blank, and said he literally.
I titled it. I was like, our dance music cut because we didn't get it done, and basically, if we didn't have it that day, our dance would like get cut or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, our dance would get cut,
and we're like, well, we don't have it, but we'll just pretend that this has the music on it, and then we put the blank CD literally in front of the whole class.
All of us were in formation, ready to start the dance.
And me and Chelsea know damn well nothing's on that CD. And we put it into the thing, like waiting for it to go. And I'm like, okay, girls, playing. I'm like, girls, 1, 2. I'm like, why isn't it playing? I'm like 5, 6, 7. 8. There's no, why? We did this all night. Like, what's going on?
We were up all night.
But that's the thing, is because she had no respect for us, I didn't have a problem lying to her. I was like, you are the most annoying person. I don't care if I'm like, if it was someone I had respect for, I think I would be like, I didn't get it done. Yeah. And just be honest.
Yeah.
But because you treat us so bad, I don't care that I'm lying to you.
And we had no iota of, why do I keep saying that word today? Is that even right? Like, we had no
word of the day.
Just shred of control in that class. Like, we had no freedom. So any bit that we had to start like lying to kind of go around the rules and the, I don't know, just strictness of it.
I do remember, okay, wow, you guys, I'm sorry. But I do remember she invited us to her house.
Yeah.
For some crazy reason.
Yeah.
Because it was for like an event.
Met her daughter.
It was, and then we met her daughter, and she had like a young daughter who was like 7 or something.
I remember feeling
and
like
I felt
sick.
So bad because I was like, oh, she has a life. Like she has a husband and like a little daughter. And we were obviously super nice like when we were there. But it did humanize her a little bit more. Unfortunately. Like, why would she invite us to her house when she hated us so much and we did not hate her? Yeah,
she's like, come meet my family.
Yeah, then you'll see where I come from.
This is where I make my living. Like, then we go there, we're like,
we felt bad.
Again, at that point, we're 15, 16.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. It was an interesting class. She was an interesting person.
Times.
Okay, back to the red flags.
Okay, yeah, wow.
He said his dad is his hero and role model. His dad has been married 5 times and has cheated every single time.
Oh. Shiz.
That's a rough one. It's rough when people respect their parents, but you know what I mean? Sometimes, as we've just discussed, people don't deserve your inherent respect just because they are your parent. I mean, I guess everyone has a love for their parents, but you don't have to excuse their bad behavior. Like, sometimes that's so rough when someone... It's sad because you want your parents to be your number one idols and like the people you look up to the most. I think that's a desire that most people have is like you want your parents to be stable people who you rely on and who you think they're,
you want to be just like them.
Yes, you want to be just like them. They're your biggest role model. But unfortunately, that's not just always reality. Like some parents are not, I feel like a lot of people lie to themselves. It's like, oh yeah, my parents are the most, and it's like, again, he's cheated 5 times.
Yeah.
He's been married 5 times. Maybe your dad is your biggest role model in a certain area that doesn't involve relationships. Maybe he is super disciplined and hardworking with a certain thing, and that's what you can look up to him for. You don't have to take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't have to be your number one role model.
Yeah, in life overall.
Yeah, definitely. It's giving Love is Blind. What was that season? Did you watch that one? I'm like getting bits and pieces of this memory of, there was like a guy on there who had this adoration for his dad, but then his dad was like not even in his life. Like, do you remember?
And then the
mom and the dad had this conversation.
Yes, I do remember that.
Basically, it was sometimes I think kids have almost, when their parent is not present, I think it's easier for them to almost idolize them because they see them and they're like, but they're awesome. I see them from afar and I see them do all these things. And then the parent that's literally working like Elsa.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened with, going back to the book, Loretta was so obsessed with her dad, but then her dad left. And even after her dad left, she was like, but he's going after his dreams. And Elsa's like, bitch,
yeah,
I'm literally trudging you across the country, working day and night to keep you alive, and he abandoned us.
That's a very common thing. I don't know if there's a name for it, like not a syndrome, but like, not.
Yeah.
I want to say something like
sickness,
a disease. It's plaguing. But it is a very common occurrence where the parent who's less present gets more praise, and almost like because you feel less, you don't know them as well.
Yeah, and maybe you mistake your like longing for a relationship with them, that longing feeling, as like a adoration.
100%. I'm not speaking from personal experience or anything, but that is definitely a thing where it's like, even when you're younger, the thing is, when you're younger, maybe sometimes with divorced parents or something, again, I'm generalizing for sure, but it can be where, maybe you're with your mom and your mom has in place like rules, and it's like, when you're at my house, we go to bed at this time, we do this, and they have structure. You have to brush your teeth. Like, you can't eat candy all day. It's like, we're not staying up till 11 playing video games. Like, this is our life here. And so you have more structure. So then if you go to your dad's house and it's more chill, and it's like, I'm going to take you guys to Disneyland. You want new stuff? I'm going to give you toys.
All night.
You can stay up all night. I don't care. It's fun for a second, but the older you get, the more you appreciate the stability in your life. And again, I'm very much overgeneralizing. Like, I know that could be not everyone's situation, but I do think it's a common thing. Like, I've spoken to a lot of people where that's how it is. And I'm not even saying, I don't know if this guy even has a strong relationship with his dad, but it could be that where it's like, no, my dad's awesome. And it's like, is he?
Yeah.
Is he that great?
Yeah.
What's
his middle name?
If he doesn't care that much about you, or if he's, again, in this way, he's cheated on every single partner he has. Like, it's not really something to look up to.
Definitely.
But that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Admitting that maybe someone's not as great as your would
dad
like
can't
them
be
to
your
be.
role model.
Yeah.
Literally deep dives into his
actual psyche.
Yeah.
I'm like, you hate your dad. Trust me. Go to a therapist.
Okay, here's the lore. We first met freshman year of high school. We talked for a while, but I got insecure and ended things. We were in the same friend group until junior year. We ended up hanging out alone. That night, we had our first kiss, but he had a girlfriend.
Awesome.
We have now been together 2 years and are engaged.
Oh.
Love of my life.
Love of my life. Oh.
Well, sometimes it's okay to cheat if it's with your soulmate.
Okay. She said he kissed her when he had a girlfriend. That was the original.
Yes, we had our first kiss, but he had a girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? These things in high school, they're just not that deep.
Yeah, I have more grace when they're in high school.
If he's a full grown man with a full paying salary, like that's when you have to start really thinking twice.
100%.
When they're literally 17, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Cheating's never okay, but when you are young and like, maybe he was about to break up with her.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay.
It's okay because you're engaged and hopefully happy. Okay. So many red flags. First, he would never verbally compliment me. but would always make comments about other women, either on TV shows or walking on the street.
Hell no.
His friend once called him out for staring at a woman who walked by him when I was sitting right next to him.
The friend was helping you, trying to help you.
That is actually such a red flag when they won't compliment you, but they'll compliment everyone else.
Yeah, it's not
that
like
is
they're
so
lost for
triggering.
words.
No. It's like
they're using all these like fancy words to describe other people, and you're like, and what about me?
No.
That is
that's
infuriating.
This whole episode also should tell you that it is better to be alone than with a freaking loser who won't compliment you and who will not make you feel good. Like
100%.
It's just so much better to be alone. I'd rather be alone for my entire life than be with someone like that.
No, it's so
just
true.
So loser.
Bare minimum for them to like you. Okay, told me all of his exes were crazy and if they tried to warn me to ignore it.
Not the precursor of like they're going to be warning.
Yes.
So
multiple will come out of the woodwork.
Oh my gosh, wait, I had that happen to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Some did reach out and I did ignore it. I eventually became his ex-girlfriend due to obvious reasons, but decided to rewrite the story and never even cared to utter his name or care about his future girlfriends. Well, that's good.
Oh my gosh, I just like had a flashback of a guy being like, if this person reaches out, like it's fake. Sure it is.
Fake?
I'm sure it is. The fact that you know that that's going to happen is terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Because you did something bad enough to where you know I'm about to get a hey girly. Like this happened. No. Just so you know.
That always is a red flag for sure.
Massive red flag. Mm-hmm. I feel like there are very few circumstances in which like my ex is crazy is valid. Mm-hmm. It is sometimes. Like there are sometimes when a guy, when a guy has dated one crazy girl who it's like, okay, she is actually like very crazy or she's super insecure or she's super possessive over me, whatever it is. One time, actually one strike you're out in this situation.
Yeah.
The second you even tell me 2 of your girlfriends have been that way,
I'm going to get 2 messages.
Yeah, I'm going to get 2 messages. You're out.
Yeah.
Also because even if by some crazy chance they both are crazy, you have horrible judgment then. Mm-hmm. And exactly. Why are you with me?
Yeah.
No.
And if everyone else, that one ex, everyone else is also like, that girl's crazy, it's a little more excusable. If no one else is having a peep and they have normal friends, normal life, and this girl seems like she has a great head on her shoulders and she's like, hey, he's a psycho.
Yeah. One of my favorite things is all the ex-girlfriends bonding over their shared experience with a guy. And it's so healing, honestly, to see like a group of women being like, oh, okay, you are trash to us. Yes. And like, we don't care about you. And we're all on the same page. Mm-hmm. It's giving girls girl. Okay. I got a DM saying my ex, my then boyfriend, was asking for D pics. Okay. I messaged my boyfriend.
Did I hear that correctly?
I messaged my boyfriend and was like, I just got this weird message. He didn't even ask me to tell him what the message said. He just made me give him my password to Instagram and he went and blocked the person and we never spoke about it again. Okay.
Wait, her current boyfriend?
No, it's her ex, but it was her boyfriend at the time. So
went and blocked him.
Okay.
Tell me you're guilty without telling me you're guilty.
Yeah.
Doesn't even care
to know. I'll take care of this. Just give me the password. He's like, you'll never receive a message like this again. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying, actually. That he went and blocked them. There's like, give me your password. I'm going to go in there.
The password thing is crazy.
Because the thing is, I mean, I'm no body language psychologist, but their reaction says everything. When you bring something up, like if they have a reaction like that,
guilty,
or if it's like overly crazy, if it's overly crazy or under, who said underperforming?
Yeah, like, no, literally,
and it's way too casual. Those are red flags.
It should be in the middle. It should be a normal human reaction.
What the freak?
You're like, wait, what? Show me the message. What are you talking about? Who is this? Like, no.
Okay, I had to drive everywhere. Dates, I'm driving. Meeting up with our friends, I'm driving. Going to see his family, you guessed it, I'm driving. God forbid a girl wants to be passenger princess once in a while. I wonder if he has a car fully. You're driving in his car. You're driving in your car. Like, you're just always driving, because that would drive me bonkers.
Nice pun.
Thank you.
What do you think about the woman driving? Because this is a huge conversation with Hailey Bieber.
Well, I think they shouldn't have licenses.
Like, what do you think about women's rights? Women should not drive in cars.
Get them off the road.
This is a huge conversation with Hailey Bieber. Have you seen this?
No.
How she'll be driving Justin Bieber places.
Yeah.
Like, she's driving him around at Coachella in the golf cart. She's driving. and then like,
in that situation, like with Justin Bieber specifically, drive him.
Drive him?
Yeah.
Because he's famous and rich?
No, because he's a little quirky.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Who knows if he's going to be jumping off at any time. He's just a little crazy.
Okay. He's a little maybe unpredictable.
Yeah. Like, I could see her being the one making the itineraries for the trip. Like, she's more the type A in the relationship.
Totally. Also, what if she's just designated driver?
Yeah, maybe he's drunk.
Yeah, it's like maybe it's for safety purposes.
Sober. Yeah,
but you know what?
A golf cart's different. Though.
I saw a good point being made though, because there is this huge, literal freaking campaign against Hailey Bieber. Like, everyone hates her. And I hate that campaign. Yeah. Like, it is so. We are missing the point.
There's
so
nothing you can do to make me hate her.
No, and even if. Okay, she's driving him. This is everyone's narrative, is like, he is so, like, basically he mistreats her. He doesn't even like her. She has to drive him everywhere. So now let's tear her apart. How did we get here?
Also, in a golf cart? Is it in a car and
but
a golf cart?
But do you know what I mean? Imagine someone else. It's like
yeah.
Even, okay, this
again,
is really
the punishment
close to
is not matching the crime.
No, but let's go Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. It's like, Selena's driving him everywhere. Mm-hmm. It starts to become this narrative. Oh, he must hate her and he betrayed. Okay, then why don't we hate him?
Yeah, no, it's so true. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So we're tearing her apart because she's getting verbally abused by her husband. Yeah. So let's beat her down further. I don't understand that narrative. Yeah. It's like, I was just seeing someone talk about this. It's like, so we're mad at her because he hates her?
Yeah.
She's in a relationship where he hates her, and so we hate her too. Like,
and we're making the assumption that he hates her because she's driving him.
Literally. It's like, I'm so confused.
Hailey, if you're watching this, there's nothing these people can do to stop me from loving you.
There's nothing.
I believe you. And anytime, like, people really try these campaigns to get you to hate Hailey Bieber, it's always common sense. Like, it's common sense to just think past the campaign, like the what's the word, propaganda.
Yes, I've never,
just like, this is kind of crazy.
I've never seen something like it. It's what you're saying, the punishment's not matching the crime.
Yes,
even if she is like, I don't even know what the people, the whole thing about her and Selena, whatever. Like, that's a whole conversation.
Even if Justin Bieber hates her, I still love her. Like, exactly. It doesn't make sense.
No, it makes no sense. And she is stronger than me, because if that was happening, the way I would enter my villain arc immediately and start wearing shirts that say different things and flipping off the paparazzi, I would have no patience. Like, the fact that she still remains a nice, just person is insane to me. Like, when people have interactions with her, they'll be like, oh, she was so nice to me. Like, super complimentary. I don't know. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
I don't understand. Even if she is, like, maybe she is a little bit of a mean girl. I don't know. I don't know her personally. And that, my friends, is the kicker. I do not know her personally. So I can't start a hate campaign against her and, like, send all of this negative energy her way. I don't think it's the same thing. It's like, if you don't know someone, you're just going to assume. I think the best thing is to just assume they're a good, nice person and send them good vibes.
Especially her being postpartum.
Yes.
Are you kidding? Like, that in and of itself, to me, I feel like the internet goes on these waves, and it's very rare that it's an upswing for her.
They gave her like a break when she was giving birth, and then they...
Not even. they gave her a break when she, like, started Road. I feel like it was well received.
Yeah.
And then it just swings so quickly for her, and I just feel so bad. I'm like, how much can one person take? Like, truly, it is not that serious. It's really not that serious, especially a postpartum woman trying to just live and survive and raise her kid, and also with just being in the public eye and marrying someone so famous. Like, it's probably so much, you know, not that I think like celebrities have the hardest lives, obviously, but that's just probably a lot of weight on her shoulders. And then to have literally everyone hate you so much on the internet and like that be the general consensus.
Tear apart your relationship, tear apart so everything crazy about you.
And to double down and just be like, he hates her. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's just so crazy to me.
I felt neutral about Hailey before. Like, I was like, oh, I don't know much about her before any of this drama really started. Like, when she married Justin Bieber, I was like, oh, cute, like her nails, like, you know.
Yeah.
The more people try to make me hate her, the more I like her because I feel protective. I'm like, okay, what you're saying is not making complete sense to me. And the fact that everyone is ganging up on this girl for what seems to be like way less of a crime than other people that we are not paying attention to 100%. Makes me feel like I need to protect her.
100%. No, I feel the same way. Love you, Hales.
She's like, I do not need you guys. Thanks, but no thanks. Like, we've got you.
Like, we know you're a loyal listener. She's like, never heard of you.
Anyway,
didn't know. Geez, we're going on some tangents today. This person's red flag is the fact that corn nuts are his favorite snack.
Ooh, I love a corn nut.
I love a corn nut. Did you know that?
That just reminded me.
Did you know that? Did you know that about me? I love a corn nut.
I love
the ranch ones.
Yes.
Wow.
In those little bags.
Oh.
Oh, don't take that. Action out of context.
If you're watching on YouTube, you just got a visual. I love a corn nut. I almost said I love a nut sack. I love nuts. I love a corn sack as a road trip snack.
I love a little road trip nut sack.
Oh my gosh.
A corn sack.
I'm trying to say snack.
Yeah.
Nut. Goodbye.
Corn nut.
I love a corn nut as a road trip snack.
Yes.
It's so good. Don't they have barbecue ones? I feel like the salt ones are just good too. They're so crunchy. The ranch ones are really good.
I want one now.
Yeah.
I want a bag.
One nut.
Tiny nut. Oh, gosh. My ex never wanted to talk about our future together. Anytime I brought it up, he would be vague or state his ultimate goals for a relationship, never specific about me or us. He strung me along like this for 4 years.
Did Rachel Kirkconnell write this in?
Oh my gosh.
It's giving Matt, James.
That
really is a red flag. Yes. It really is.
After you're full on dating
for years,
boyfriend and girlfriend, it's fine on a first date, second date. You're just getting to know each other. They're talking about their future and they're not including you. It's like, okay,
yeah, duh. If they are, it's love bombing. Yes. So it's concerning.
But while you're in the relationship, why else are you dating? It's like at that point, you're assuming, okay, we're dating, we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
There is an end goal. Yes, usually, yeah,
and that's to stay together.
If you're talking about future plans,
about me, yeah,
you should be included in them if you've been dating for years, especially. I feel like that actually is such a red flag when they're very vague. It's like, yeah, I want to get married someday. It's like, but not to me. Like, they should.
I would love kids one day.
Yeah, with me. Like, there should be very clear. That should not be a reason. I don't know. I feel like the commitment, like fear of commitment, because that's some girl's justification. Is like, oh, he just gets scared to talk about marriage. Like, he's not ready. It's like, but if he's not including you in his future plans, there is a problem there to me. Like, that's not.
He's unsure about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We got my mom and my dad and then my in-laws the Aura frame for Christmas this past Christmas. And I was just at my mom's house over last week and I saw their Aura frame sitting on their counter and it is seriously the best gift we could have given them. And it's so cute for me to see as well. You can swipe through all of these different pictures of my nieces and my nephews and my siblings and just see in real time photos of those you love. Mother's Day is coming up, okay? So don't get her the same old thing that you usually get her, like the bathrobe, the candle, the sweater. The Aura frame is going to be something that is so used and loved by her, especially if you don't live close to your mom. This is such an amazing gift. So the Aura frame comes with unlimited storage so that you can share as many photos as you want from your phone to your mom's Aura frame. So not only will she be grateful it's not another sweater, but she'll also love that an Aura frame means that she gets to see more of you.
This really is such a cute way to stay in touch, and it's a more meaningful gift, that they can really get everyday use out of. I feel like sometimes if you get your mom a bathrobe or a pair of slippers, like, you can use it sometimes, but the Aura frame can sit somewhere where they see it all the time, and literally they can be looking at it every single day. Aura Frames was named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter, and it's featured in 495 gift guides last year. So the next time you need to call your mom, you can also send her a new picture of you from that trip you've been telling her about right from your phone. Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off, plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That is auraframes.com, promo code What We Said. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. I feel like something that is consistent amongst all the moms I know is that they want to feel like they have their own little sanctuary. At some point in the day, it's so nice to feel, whether it's like a morning routine that you specifically have or a nighttime routine, you just want to feel cozy and like you're taking care of yourself. That's how I feel. And I feel like a lot of my friends and the moms in my life can relate to that. Obviously, motherhood looks different for everyone. But whether you're celebrating a mom, remembering one, longing to be one, or navigating motherhood in an unexpected way, moms deserve the best, obviously. So if you are looking for a gift this Mother's Day, Cozy Earth's bamboo pajamas are the best. They are the softest pajamas. And I really mean this. Like, the fabric is just so soft. And I have had my Cozy Earth pajamas for years. I have multiple pairs and they don't pill. Like, the quality is just really, really good in comparison to a lot of other pajamas that I've tried that start off soft, but they don't keep their softness because the quality just isn't there. But Cozy Earth's quality is amazing. They're so soft. They have lots of different stuff. Their bathrobes are amazing. They have amazing sheets. They create comfort that feels like home because home feels like mom.
I just got some Cozy Earth sheets for my guest room and they are so soft. I was just putting them on the bed and could not resist laying on it because they are seriously heavenly. So to celebrate moms everywhere, you can use the code What We Said for 40% off because she deserves the best. We'll link it in the show notes for you guys. That is code What We Said for 40% off.
He refused to let me meet one of his best friends who was a girl he used to sleep with. We had been dating for 4 years. He would pick her up from the airport and cancel our plans to hang out with her. And when I asked to meet her or us three to hang out, he refused. They dated after we broke up, LOL. Girl.
The way
4 years,
I would freak. Like, the first time he cancels your plans to hang out with another girl.
No.
I'm sorry. I may be possessive, but that's going to be a no for me.
Mm-mm. 4 years
you have
and you
the
can't
heart
meet
of a soldier. Like, the fact that you just persisted on the things that girls do for love.
He must have been so manipulative.
Wait,
how does he get away with it?
Side note, have you watched Vanderpump Villa?
No.
I fear you need to.
Really?
Yes. It's so good. And the Mormon mom talk drama of it all. Like, the whole season got put out at once. So you can watch like all of the episodes.
Oh, okay.
I think there's 10 episodes of the second season. But it's pretty good.
Are the Mormon moms a huge part of it?
They're in 2 episodes. Like, I mean, there's the other thing is like a lot of hosting. I feel like you would love it because it's reality TV, but it's about hosting people at their villa for the weekend. So they're servers and they like talk about the parties that they throw for them. And they'll be like,
fun.
we're doing this painting event for this group. And like, we want to make an amazing experience for them. But it's also about the drama behind the scenes of the workers and like the villa. And they're in this beautiful villa in Italy.
Okay.
And this huge castle. Like, it is gorgeous too. But the drama is so good, like with the workers and just, anyways, it was reminding me because there's a girl on there who is with this guy. And I was telling Nick pops in and out. He's like, I don't like the show, but he lingers.
But he's been,
yeah, he lingers. And this girl, she just becomes a shell of herself. because of this freaking guy. And she keeps telling her, she's like, I'm going to leave him. Like, it's just not going to stand up for myself.
She's been dating him for a while? Or she just met him?
No, she just met him at the villa.
Oh.
And she's like, but throughout the summer or whatever, she likes it. Like, she'll be isolating herself with him. And he just is the worst to her. And she literally, you can see over the weeks, just like her becoming a shell of herself.
Oh, no.
And it's like, for what? Like, he's not even giving you anything. It's so, I was telling him, like, this needs to be studied to the ends of the earth, why girls, and some guys I'm sure do it too, but like, why they get like
what
this?
are they giving you?
What's happening here? Like, snap out, like, they can't be snapped. Like, you want to snap them out of it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. And I don't get it.
Like, from an outside perspective, it seems so obvious. It's like, okay,
Yes.
it's been, for this girl specifically, it's been years and he won't introduce you.
Yes.
The second time he won't introduce you. Bye.
Yes, but
like,
it's
it makes
like,
no sense.
Exactly. It's like, to us, what are you doing? Stand your ground. Say, that's not acceptable.
But when you're in the situation, it's just different.
It's just so frustrating.
It is so frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch, especially if you have a friend who's like
going through it.
Yes, going through that.
My ex told me he didn't think he was made to be monogamous. Couldn't even be surprised when he cheated on me a few months later.
I wasn't made.
A few months later, did I say minutes?
What was I made for?
No, literally. Him.
Okay.
Having sex with everyone.
This is the life I was made for. Okay, then don't be in a relationship with me.
Yeah.
Bragged that he was super rich, but always made me pay for my own things. Spoiler alert, he was not rich. Yeah, most of the time when someone's talking about how rich they are, they don't have money. That's kind of the rule of thumb. If someone talks about how they're rich all the time, they're not rich.
No, 100%.
Well, especially if they're making you pay for everything.
Yeah,
makes no sense. You know what's so crazy?
And they always have excuses.
Yes. It's so crazy how you can't. Oh my gosh, it's so weird how some people are so good at manipulating and gaslighting you truly. I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but like to somehow, I'm picturing in this situation, a guy you're with is like telling you how rich he is, but then he is making you pay for a lot of stuff. And then I'm picturing you say something about it. You're like, wait, like you always talk about how much money you have, so why do I have to pay for lunch? Mm-hmm. Somehow you will come out of that conversation apologizing to him and being like, oh, okay, yeah, like I totally, and you genuinely are like, oh, I understand where he's coming from.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
How are they that good at manipulating?
And then when you have to reiterate to someone else, like your friend, oh, I had to pay for his lunch. Why? Well, he said, and then you're repeating, and you're like, wait, this is making no sense. How did he get me to believe that?
Makes no sense.
It's
once you're
once
you're out of it, you're like, this is bizarre that I ever for 2 seconds believed like a word he said.
The lies. Oh, it's so creepy. He wanted sex every day, but like didn't just want it. Made me feel like he needed it, and if I didn't do it, that I was a bad partner. Actually, why I broke up with him in the end. Oh, hate. That's not something like, hey, can you please pick up your clothes? It's like that's different than like, you can't force someone to do that with you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Every single day. Yeah, well, yes, clearly. And also it's just like, that's such a literal intimate, obviously, and a personal thing that you both need to be on the same page about and you both need to be wanting. So that is a federal crime and he needs to go to prison. He was way too dependent on his mom. It was giving enmeshment with how she was possessive over him too. Anytime we had relationship issues, which was a lot, he would tell her, and then sometimes she would make us talk it out with her as a mediator.
Oh, goodbye. Me though, like wanted to be nosy. I'm like, so what's going on? I'm just kidding. That is foul.
That is absolutely foul.
This is the opposite. Rude to his mom, would make jokes at her expense, tease her endlessly, and it was so evident he didn't appreciate her. Aww. It wasn't super obvious at first, but over time I noticed how she would just get quiet when he and his brother would tease, and it broke my heart because she was an angel. Oh, see, now mama's boys don't seem so bad.
I was going to say, what's worse? What's worse, being mean to your mom or being like so attached to her? Probably being mean for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's just like an inherent.
Oh, how's he going to treat you?
I'm glad this has been stuck in my freaking shoe the whole time.
Nerd.
Yep, literally. It's giving. Okay.
Giving dork.
No, it's giving complete nerd. My my pants have been stuck in my shoe this entire episode.
We tucked into your socks.
It was actually uncomfortable. I'm like, why am I feeling so tight down there? Okay, glad I fixed that.
That's so funny.
That is really sad, actually. Mm-hmm. That's just something that, I don't know. I feel like the older you get, you can't keep teasing your mom.
No,
maybe when you're
can't.
younger, it's like you can get away with just being silly, whatever. But if you're a full-grown adult and you are in a relationship with someone else, you are old enough to not be teasing your mom 24/7. Come on.
As soon as I had kids, honestly, I should have done it sooner. As soon as I had Case, I was like, I feel so bad forever being mean to my mom. And I think daughters and moms are a little different. Like there's always a little bit of a dynamic there. But I get so protective over my mom when my siblings tease her. I'm just like, you guys don't even know what she's been through to get you guys to visit. You would be nowhere without her. Literally, you would not exist without her. So.
Yeah. No, it's so true.
Don't let her name touch your tongue.
Do not speak of her. No, it's so true. And also going back to the Four Winds, that was something that was breaking my heart at the end, is because Loretta was feeling so bad because her mom was dying and she was saying like, I wasn't nice enough to her. And I'm like, I'm actually going to cry all day.
No,
now.
I was not okay.
It was not okay because she was like realizing in that moment that she wishes she would have like told her mom she was proud of her and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm not okay.
No.
It was so sad.
My turn? Mm-hmm. Made me pay for his gas if he brought me to work 5 minutes down the road. Gas money. Now this is way too big of a conversation to get into, but like splitting bills.
I hate a frugal man.
No.
I hate a cheap man. I hate a cheap ass man. I cannot stand frugality. I don't know. Obviously there is a time and a place. If you genuinely like need to be frugal and like, yes, budgeting is good. Being smart with your money is good. I hate when people are cheap, especially if they don't need to be. Like,
yes.
Or with things like this that are so tiny, you're splitting hairs over the dumbest things.
No, the dumbest thing. And when it starts affecting you, like I don't care if someone's cheap on their own.
No.
Once the cheapness starts affecting you, it starts costing you. That's what bothers me about other people being cheap is I'm fine, be cheap. But most of the times if you're being overly cheap, that's at the cost of someone else.
Totally.
So it's no longer a moral thing. It's actually immoral to do that.
It
to
feels
be like overly
selfish
cheap.
Sometimes.
It's giving Mr. Welty.
Yes. We literally can't stop talking about Four Winds.
That basically was like the big farmer.
Yeah.
He was being a cheap ass.
Yeah, it is. It's so true. It does feel kind of selfish to be cheap at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because also you're truly not, you're not having an abundant mindset at all. If you're super cheap like that, like, oh, I drove you 5 minutes down the road, give me this, let me calculate how much gas money that is. Like, okay. We have bigger fish to fry.
Yes.
Focus that time and attention on something else to further your situation instead of like that is so unimportant in the grand scheme of things. I think being smart with your money, totally. And if you're like constantly driving someone somewhere to be like, oh, can you pitch in for gas? Like have a conversation, of course. But
a friend even charging them for gas like is a little more acceptable than your literal partner. Like,
yeah, and 5 minutes down the road.
Yes. At that point, if I see someone Venmoing each other $5 for gas, thanks for taking me to work to their literal boyfriend, it's like,
no.
I don't believe in that.
I don't believe in that. I do not subscribe to that.
No.
I do not want to be.
However, if you're bringing him to work every day,
then he better pay up.
He better pay the full thing, not even half.
True. He wore bright blue colored contact lenses. His natural eye color was dark brown. And tried to convince people he actually had blue eyes.
Oh, no, that's a crime. That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
He needs to be investigated.
There is something if I'm giving him so much grace here. If when he was little, someone teased him about his eyes.
Endlessly about his eyes.
Yeah, just endlessly. And he's so insecure about it. Like that was just an obsession of his that he would just, I hate that about myself and he can't change it. And that's the only way he feels like he can change it. Maybe acceptable if he's perfect otherwise.
Whew, that's a tough one. That's true. That is the only realm in which it is remotely okay that he's doing this and trying to convince people that it's real.
Yeah.
If he's just like, oh yeah, I like the way it looks, like, okay, whatever. We all have our aesthetic preferences. Now you're going to try and convince me that your contacts are real. What else are you lying about, sir?
No, and I think maybe we're coming away from this now, and maybe just I think because blue eyes are more rare naturally, people like them more. But as someone who has blue eyes, I love brown eyes so much. I think they're so beautiful.
Are blue eyes rare?
I mean, they're more rare than brown eyes.
Are they?
I think so.
I want to look it up because I feel like so many people I know have blue eyes. Like I feel like,
well, you live in like the Western United States, where probably more people.
True.
But I'm talking about the
worldwide.
Yes, yeah.
Let me check.
Most what's the word I'm looking for? Ethnicities have brown eyes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm literally thinking around me.
Yeah, in Orange County.
Yeah, but brown is most common. Blue is second most common though.
Well, there's only one other, so
hazel, green.
Yeah,
I guess that is more rare. I guess if you have green eyes like me, you're just really rare in the population.
But the main thing I'm trying to say is, I think that brown eyes. I'm just saying, like, I think like this guy, it's like people want blue eyes. Or they want, like,
no,
light
definitely,
eyes.
that's a thing for sure.
And what I'm saying is, I literally feel like we need to really appreciate the brown eyes because I think brown eyes are so beautiful. They make a different. If someone has brown eyes and then if they do wear blue eye contacts, you know, it's like that saying, God knows what he's doing. Like when he creates you, it's like you were meant to have that color eyes. Any other color eyes just look off.
It just looks off. Yeah. No, I
even
agree
if I
with
didn't
that.
know, like you were meant to have brown eyes. They look beautiful on you. Not you, but like, you don't have brown eyes.
Again, I'm more rare than that. I'm green.
Again, I am the number one most rare.
I didn't think, I'm like, blue's second. It's like, yeah, bitch, there are 3 eye colors. But I didn't realize that green is like, that's the 5th. Amber is more popular than green.
Yeah, I guess you want to get down to the nitty gritty. There's a lot of different kinds of blue. There's a lot of different kinds of green. A lot of different kinds of brown. I'm just saying, like,
in general,
light and dark eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
In society, usually light eyes in general
people want
more
it's like,
desired.
Yes, and also it just is more striking sometimes.
Yes. Yeah,
which I understand. But this man is just
needs to embrace his beauty.
Yes, he does. He needs to embrace his naturally dark brown eyes, and they probably look great with his complexion and his hair.
I love them.
Yeah, I do love brown eyes too. I think they're so pretty. Okay, he made me delete all the pictures I had with my ex, including prom pictures. I don't have any of my high school dance photos anymore. He wouldn't let me go to college parties with my girlfriends because there were boys there. Worst one was he was Worst one is that he secretly recorded us being intimate without my permission.
Oh, that's a crime.
No, he actually needs to go to prison for that one. And I'm not being sarcastic in any form or fashion.
That is terrifying.
But also that does make me really sad. This is like a common thing too, where a controlling partner will make you delete like everything of like any trace of another man in your life. It could literally be your freaking gay best friend and they'll be like, delete his number. I'm not kidding. Guys are crazy like that. Some possessive guys. And it really is so sad if you let that get to you and then you do something permanent like that where you actually delete photos or like get rid of something and then you get out of his orbit and out of that relationship and you're like, huh? Yeah. Why did I delete all my high school photos for this idiot?
So sad.
It's so sad. And once again, it's better to be alone than be with a loser.
And all of this effort these men take to be manipulative in relationships, like literally if they put that energy into solving world peace, world hunger, we would be eons ahead of where we are right now if they just didn't put so much finesse and just strategy.
That's what they use their finesse and strategy for.
Yes, for cheating on women.
Gaslighting and cheating.
We're not even worth your energy, you guys. Just move on. Use it on something else.
So true.
It's so annoying. This person said smell bad.
Smell bad? He smelled bad? Valid. I mean.
Valid.
Personal hygiene is very important.
Yeah, it says a lot.
It does.
Unless he has a condition or something.
He didn't know how to make scrambled eggs. I had to teach this 20-year-old man how to scramble eggs. Grew up coddled and spoiled by his parents, so he never had to learn to do things for himself. He also never had a job, even a part-time job in high school or something. No ambition or independence.
Okay. The only thing I will say is that he's only 20. That's not like He's never had anything.
It's not he's 30.
Yeah. When you grow up and you have jobs and you have to like earn everything, it pisses you off when other people don't. But that's just like, that's life.
Yeah.
And he's not too far gone at that point. He's
not too far gone, but that is an annoying quality. Like, also, I think one of the worst qualities is like no resourcefulness. Like, if you're like, I don't know how to make scrambled eggs, YouTube it.
Yes.
Like, I can't.
But if you're just like going out in the morning, you guys have a good morning, and you're like, hey, can you make me some eggs? And he's like, I don't know how to make scrambled eggs. So you can't be like, you don't know how to make scrambled eggs. It's like, well, I don't know. I just never learned that. It's like things that we were talking about. What'd you call albatross? Alcatraz. It's just like, okay, I didn't come across that information until, I mean, not that you thought that it was called that, but you know what I mean? There's just certain things it's like, lay off. I just happened to not learn that one thing out of a million other skills. If they have no skills, that's one thing. But if it's like,
well, that's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, but again, he's only 20. It's like he's never had a job. Okay. A lot of people that are very privileged and live nice lives don't have to get jobs until... And I'm saying this as someone who did have a job, and it pissed me off when people would get cars from their parents and whatever.
Yeah.
And their parents would buy them everything. It would piss me off. But also, that's just...
the way the cookie crumbles.
And it's not necessarily their fault is what I'm trying to say. It's not like it's a flaw for him. It's more just like, okay, you're in the real world now, so let's go. It actually is
more of a flaw on his parents. Like, which I totally get that being energy you don't want to deal with. But that is kind of annoying because it's just like their parents just set them up for that. It's like not teaching them any sort of skills, resourcefulness, not making them work for anything. Like you just kind of raise a spoiled brat. Yeah. Honestly.
No, it's true. And they have to live their life.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's 40 and he doesn't have to. It's like, how have you been living? It's like he just got out of high school, basically.
Yeah. He's workable, potentially.
Yeah. He needs time to be exposed to the elements and toughen up.
And make scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Do you have any more to share?
Last one. Locked me in his room when I refused to give him head so I could think about what I was doing.
So I could think about it.
Actually, now that I've had time to think about it, we're over.
Yeah, now that I've had time to think about it, I'll never see you again or speak to you.
I'll never see you or that again.
That is just, that's the entitlement? Actually. That's terrifying. And like, what is that entitlement that they think that they have? It is actually horrifying.
Horrifying.
That is not okay. Thank you guys for writing in.
I'm feeling the weight of the world raising sons.
Yeah. No, you'll do a great job. You already are doing a great job. I feel like if you're raised by normal, level-headed parents that are literally just normal, that's like the only requirement. Normal is that's a relative word, but you love them unconditionally and you're teaching them to have good manners. And the thing is, they learn by example.
Exactly.
So the fact that Nick is just a stand-up good person and he's,
knows how to make scrambled eggs.
He knows how to make scrambled eggs. You know how to make the tea. You guys are good. It's all going to be okay. Don't worry. Trust me. Thank you guys for writing in. If you want to be a part of our episodes, go to our Instagram. It's at What We Said Podcast on Insta. And we have some highlight bubble things you can be a part of, like our advice columns, any of these story episodes that we're doing. We have a little anonymous links. These are always anonymous. We have no idea who writes these in. They come through like an anonymous app. And it's a nice way to get your submissions. Don't worry, we'll never expose you. We love you guys so much. And that's what we said.
Goodbye.
Bye.